If you wanna find me, yeah, I'm in the front row. Got my 2 tickets on me, I'm in the front row. The best place to be, I'm in the front row. Best place to be.
Have no fear, we are back.
We are back. We had a little couple-week hiatus, but it was good reasons why we were gone.
Yeah, I had a baby.
Yeah, let's say something important. Chris had a baby. Congratulations to Chris.
Thank you.
We got a new little member of the In the Front Row crew, a future sports superstar.
Yeah, my new son, he is here. Massimo, very Italian. But yeah, very happy. Everything's going well so far. But man,
Massimo's been born at a great time.
dude, he came in and like sports are going crazy right now.
Crazy.
So we obviously got to jump into the elephant in the room, which is
The Dodgers.
The Dodgers,
in
right?
the World Series.
So I don't know about you, but Game 5 for me yesterday, even though the Dodgers lost, was the greatest baseball game I've ever seen.
I went from Game 2 being the greatest game I've ever seen to now this game being the greatest World Series game I've ever seen.
It was
man.
nuts. For me, this like compares to like when the Yankees were playing the Diamondbacks in 01. I mean, I think this series is going to go all 7. But, I mean...
I can just say...
it was crazy. Like, home runs are just getting hit left and right. Doesn't matter what pitcher they roll up there. From Kershaw to Keuchel, everyone is getting shelled on. The bullpen's getting shelled on. Kenley Jansen, who was this unhittable force all year during the playoffs, hits the World Series. He's getting hit.
I just think in this situation, I think Roberts is messing up with using his little algorithms, whatever he's doing.
Overdoing it.
When he took a boy out early, what you're doing is you're not hurting yourself necessarily in that game, but you're hurting yourself for what you saw last night.
Yeah.
Your bullpen is dead. They're out of gas. Morrow looked like he had nothing left.
Yeah.
Morrow looked like, damn, you calling me to pitch? I'm not ready to
well,
pitch.
they said Morrow said he wanted in, but as a manager, it's like, nah, you already pitched 2 in a row, man. You need a rest.
And then not only that, I just think like another thing you got to realize when you're in a series like this, the more you put your bullpen, the more these hitters are seeing them, the more these hitters are knowing what pitches are coming.
More opportunity.
And even if you even look like Bregman even said, I think this was huge. Game 4. Bregman, they were losing, but Bregman hit that home run in the 9th. Do you remember when Bregman hit that home run in the 9th?
Yeah.
So go back to Game 5 last night in the 10th inning when he got the game-winning single.
Yeah,
after the game,
he already said what he thought he wasn't going to
exactly.
So he prepped for the other stuff.
He said, I got him. I hit his slider yesterday for a home run, so I knew he wasn't going to throw me that again. So if you know he ain't throwing a slider, you're waiting for that cutter. And he was waiting for it.
You see every pitcher in this series, I mean, and every pitcher from both teams, overthinking everything because I've never seen so many damn mound visits from a catcher. Coach is calling timeout. Let's run up there. Okay, this guy's batting. We got to throw him. Everyone. I mean, there is no more like I'm just gonna. You put it down. I'm throwing it.
And it was 13-12. But I feel like throughout the whole game, that umpire's strike zone was out of control.
Terrible.
He's up.
Terrible.
He's down. He's left. He's right.
And
but I just feel like if he didn't do it that bad, that game would have been worse.
And I'm usually an old school guy, but I am all for the digital strike zone. If they implement that, just so we have, because I think it's ridiculous for every game a batter and a pitcher, a hitter and a pitcher, to have to adapt to whatever
something new. What's happening?
This umpire tonight, he calls it wide. This umpire tonight, he'll squeeze you on pitches, and it's going to be a good hitter's umpire. This night it's going to be a good pitcher's umpire. Like no. The strike zone is the strike zone. But that shouldn't change.
Agreed. Last night, I agreed. A lot of people were saying it was bad, but I feel like he was bad on both sides last night. Like he was. So I don't think it was like a big advantage to one team because I can fairly say he was throwing bad calls against the Dodgers. He was calling bad strikes against the Astros.
Because usually when an umpire gives the outer part of the plate, he doesn't call strikes on the inside part of the plate. But he was doing that,
and then he's calling them super high, and then he's calling them ones super low.
Yeah,
so
it was
it's like
bad.
His strike zone
everywhere. You saw hitters from each team getting called out on strike 3 and turning back, looking at the umpire like, what are you calling right now? Yeah, from that standpoint, it was bad. But, I mean, we got to talk about this whole Kershaw.
Because I was just going to say, because me and you this morning, we got into it a little bit on Twitter.
I think people are a little bit too crazy when it comes to Kershaw. I don't think he's been as terrible as people say. He certainly hasn't been great. I mean, that's easy. He hasn't been a great pitcher in the playoffs, for sure. 100% has not. He's had great games here and there, but he hasn't been a great pitcher throughout his career. But I do not think he's been terrible. I just don't think that. I saw him battle yesterday. He went 3 innings, and those were a tough 3 innings, and then 4th inning was tough. By the time we got to the 5th inning, you could tell. I don't even know. Maybe his arm was hanging because he just didn't have it. He didn't have a pop on his fastball. He didn't have command of a lot of his pitches that he normally has, and he had no swing and misses. I think he had 1 or 2 swing and misses. He had, I think, 1 strikeout. So there was just something off with Kershaw last night.
Hey,
what'd you see?
I'm so thoroughly disappointed in Clayton Kershaw.
Why?
And I'm not a Dodgers fan. I don't care how the Dodgers, but I'm just disappointed in Kershaw because Kershaw is a $200 million man. Kershaw's the ace. Kershaw's the best pitcher in baseball. I've been hearing it for years. Kershaw's this, Kershaw that. Great. Kershaw comes to the playoffs, and what does Kershaw do? He proceeds to, the last couple years, in the big moments, he's consistently come up small. And last night was just another extension of him coming up small. Clayton Kershaw, let's break it down. Clayton Kershaw got a 4-run lead last night. In normal circumstances, if you ask anybody, 100 people, I give the Dodgers, give Clayton Kershaw a 4-1 lead, what happens with that? Guaranteed game over. They win.
He's never lost the game.
They win.
He had a 4-0
Exactly.
lead.
So then Kershaw, now he gives up the 4 back. So the Dodgers say, cool. All right, cool. You playing? You all right? We're going to get you 3 more. So the Dodgers went out and got him 3 more. Took the 7-4 lead. Then he goes in and walked the first 2 batters. Then they had to take him out.
Yeah, well, he had 2 outs. And then he walked the last 2 batters.
Hey, but he was losing it at that point. So I think at that...
because those 2 batters that he got out those innings, both batters missed home runs by inches just foul.
So he lost it.
He was losing it.
So I was just saying, like, Kershaw, like, I need more from you. Like, you are a $200 million guy. Like, I need you to come through in this clutch. I just think, like, I'm a Giants fan. Everybody knows, no secret. I look at what Bumgarner has done in the playoffs.
Well,
that's a guy
that one playoff run was amazing.
That one playoff run. He's never lost a game in the World Series. He's been in 3, by the way. He's pitched a total of 27 innings in the World Series and only given up 1 earned run in that time. So that's impressive to me. Things like that. I need someone to do that. If Kershaw is going to be
no one's ever done that.
Correct.
One person
but if Kershaw, what I'm hearing from you and everyone else, he's the greatest pitcher ever, and this and this. But I'm not going to give him that greatest pitcher ever conversation until he steps up big and does something in the playoffs. Because right now he's coming up small. Dodgers felt like we're going to win this World Series. Dodgers felt like they got their horse on the mound yesterday. We're 2-2. We got this. Dodgers were 100% confident, and they thought we're going to win this one in Houston. Then we're going back to LA for 2 more. We just got to win 1 out of the 2, easy money. This is what the Dodgers were thinking. And then Kershaw goes up and says, nah, it's not going to work that way. I got other plans tonight. And Houston had other plans. And I'm just so amazed at how locked in all these hitters are, both squads. Like, these guys are locked in.
Well,
like,
I don't think he's come up short as much as you say. I mean,
last night was a game Kershaw needed to go 8, and he needed to hand that ball to Jansen in the 9th. Jansen only had to go 3 innings. That would have been fine. I mean, 1 inning, 3 outs is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But Jansen having to go 6 outs, that's not Jansen.
Jansen's been getting roughed up.
That's what I'm saying. And because they've seen him is what I'm saying. They know him already now. So I just think, I don't know, coming back to LA, I know the Dodgers play good at home, but
and Astros play bad on the road.
I think that last night's loss really deflated the Dodgers, and I hope they could pick it back up. But I think they put. I
don't know if that. I see that game for both. I mean, that game could have went either way.
Definitely.
I think if the Dodgers were at home and that's a 12-12 game, Dodgers win it.
That's what makes it worse, though. Like, you fought all that, you got 12 runs, and then we lost. If you score 12 runs in the World Series, I hope you win that game, please. We scored 12 and lost.
They actually should have won because a couple innings before that, Chris Taylor could have tagged up, and he heard no.
But he was saying go. Yes. Oh my God!
That you think about something. You see the reaction of the dugout going. Like,
you think about something so simple as that. Like that's crazy to me.
Because the next couple innings, the Astros didn't actually score.
But that part when I seen that,
damn, that would have been the game.
When they showed that, like that's crazy because that's a huge moment in the game. That was huge,
and it wasn't really talked about.
That was huge. Like he's like, oh, I thought you said no. But then the guy was like, you would have been out anyway. The third base coach, but I don't think so because that throw was a little up the line. Exactly,
and the catcher didn't
the throw was
catch
up the line. So I don't think. And then especially that he was bobbling with no one coming. Just imagine if he has Taylor screaming down the line. He's definitely going to not catch that ball.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I mean, it could have been something crazy. I mean,
all right, let's get it. Let's get this out the way. Predictions. What you got for the next 2? How you got it?
I think Dodgers win Game 6, and I think Game 7 that's just up in the air.
I think
Dodgers can come so locked in on tomorrow. I think it could be so locked in tomorrow that I think it could be a game where Dodgers kind of like run away with, like they did in game 4 where they won like 6-2. I think it could be something like that.
I don't see it. I think Verlander comes and Verlander.
Well, they touched up Verlander. They should have handed Verlander the loss, and Jansen blew the lead.
I think Verlander's ready. I think Verlander sees this opportunity. He sees himself as a legacy type game for him. He could go into LA and close out the Dodgers and win the World Series on the mound in LA. And I think Verlander's ready and going to be up to the challenge tomorrow.
We'll see. And for the Astros, I mean, they score all their runs via home run ball. And now you're in LA, and if you haven't noticed, the weather in LA has gotten really foggy, really cold now. The misty air's coming in. That ball's not traveling the way it did when it was 100 degrees.
If I'm looking correctly, you guys are hitting a lot of home runs too. So it's not like you guys are nickel and diming small balling runs in the game either. You guys are dropping bombs.
But what? Astros hit how many home runs yesterday? Like 6?
How much you guys hit?
2.
Puig hit that one-hander? These balls, we're not talking about the juice balls. These balls are definitely juice.
Bellinger hit one.
Yeah. These balls are, Bellinger's back on fire, by the way. He's back on it. But also
the last two.
So is Springer, though. Yeah. So it's like kind of they wash each other out.
I don't know why Dodgers just don't go old school and put 96 in someone's ribs. I mean, the Cardinals did that a couple years ago when Dodgers had Hanley Ramirez. And he came into the series rolling from the series before. And Hanley's first at bat was 96 at his ribs. Broke his ribs. He was out the rest of the series.
Nah, man.
Altuve comes up.
I don't need none of that, bro. You can't see. That's not. I don't want to hear none of that.
I mean,
just beat them fair and square. If you can't beat them, shake their hand and say, "We'll try again next year."
No one said you can't beat anybody in baseball. That's not part of the rules.
But you're talking about trying to hurt somebody. Like, that is...
No, I mean, I hope he plays again next season. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Next season, like, that's what I'm saying. You want to win the World Series because we hurt Altuve.
You can't, like, end his career by getting beamed in the ribs.
That's, like, whack to me. I want to be... If I'm the team, like your boy Roberts, he had the good idea when they were talking about Gurriel to get suspended by what he did to Darvish. He's like, no, I don't want him suspended right now. I want to beat
Darvish even said that.
I want to beat him fair and square. I don't want no excuses. So that's why if you get beamed Altuve and he's out, that's going to be an asterisk, man. Get out of here.
I don't care. I want them. It's been almost 30 years. I want them to win.
I just think like LA is gonna be lit. Dodger Stadium's gonna be popping. I already know how the fans are gonna be. That's what I'm saying.
Game 6 is going on the Dodgers.
We'll see. Tomorrow's a big game.
Look,
I'm definitely tuned in tomorrow.
If you get to Dodgers bullpen's been shaky. Astros bullpen is non-existent. It's non-existent.
I agree. Non-existent. Hey, here's the Astros model. We're just gonna try to hit more home runs than you are.
You don't know we're gonna hit 2 more.
We know our pitchers suck. And you know I was laughing yesterday because they kept showing like how many pitchers each team has left. The Astros had Giles, and dang well they don't want to use Giles. The manager said, "I'm not using Giles. I'm not using."
Brought him in.
He said, "I already told him you're not using you today."
You had to go to him.
Yeah, and I know the Dodgers didn't want to go to McCarthy either, so they
were saying Jansen was going to pitch 3 innings if you got through that.
I don't agree with that. That's going to hurt him for tomorrow and 7 possibly.
Remember, Bergman hit the walk-off
single in the
10th yesterday, but there was only 1 out.
Yeah.
So even if you got Bergman out, you got to get the next guy out, and he was already approaching like 40-something pitches. There's no way. Mm-hmm. That's almost only like half a game. Then you're gonna have him the next 2 nights from now.
That's right, Robert. I don't know, Robert. I think Roberts he's showing his inexperience as a big game World Series type manager.
Well, you know sometimes what these guys do, these analytic minded coaches like Roberts, they get so caught up in that they forget
the human element and just being the coach. Exactly. I get it.
Use your eyes for a second.
Like that one. Like
Use your eyes. Was Bill rolling the other day?
After 4 innings?
Did you need to take him out in the 4th? No,
exactly. Now you.
And then if he wanted to use his analytics, go okay. How does Hill look the 3rd time around? He actually batting. Teams have a lower batting average. Their 3rd time against them through the lineup.
But he was saying because of their system, they don't like to have the guy go against the lineup the 3rd. Whatever.
If you look at Hill's number, like 1st inning. Hill gets rocked. 2nd inning, it goes down a little bit. Or the 2nd time, he goes down.
He's one of those pitchers that settles in. And once he gets his groove and settles in, he's good to go.
He gets better. So that's why I didn't understand that. But
you would think Mr. Analytics would know that.
Exactly.
Would have those numbers right there. I don't know, man.
So what's your thing? I gave you my prediction. What's yours?
Honestly, I got Houston tomorrow. I got Houston coming to LA and just getting it done. That's really how I feel. I think Verlander's going to be a beast tomorrow.
That's not out of the realm of possibility. I just think Dodgers are going to be wired up. I know the fans are going to be crazy tomorrow. So I think it's Dodgers in Game 7.
I think I see something like the Astros getting an early run or 2 and getting the crowd out of it, and then Dodgers trying to play chase all night, and I don't see it happening.
We'll see. Well, and also Astros struggle hitting left-handed pitchers. I mean, they didn't yesterday. But I mean,
it's Rich Hill again tomorrow, right?
Yeah. So.
Well, we'll see what happens on this third time around this lineup now. This is going to be the third time against this lineup.
So hopefully this time he has it going down. So you want to switch over and talk some NBA?
Yeah. One more point I want to make with Dodgers before we leave. Yeah. A factor that I really didn't consider is they now there's no more DH, so these pitchers got to hit again. So that's another issue for them.
They're
not going to have Gaddis. They're not going to have their guys. So that might be an issue.
Ness plays in the Dodgers' hands.
Correct. We'll see. But that's just one thing I want to think about. But another thing about that, I think Verlander's a hitter. He knows how to hit. And Verlander likes to hit. So we'll see.
I'll let Verlander hit all day. All right, let's talk some Lakers.
All right. Yeah, man. Let's get into it. We've both been waiting for a while. We've been talking about it since he was drafted. Since the draft, we've been talking about the Lakers and Lonzo.
Yes.
We get into the Lakers. The regular season first started. Right now, they're 2-4. Not too great. They've had a couple okay performances. Then they've had a couple they're not ready yet performances. We both talked. The things I've noticed, I'm not feeling Luke Walton's rotations that he has.
I do not like it at all.
He's really inconsistent. He has weird lineups, and I think he's still trying to figure it out himself. And two, I've realized I had more hope for this team. I thought this team was gonna be better, but now really looking at it after these first couple games, I just realized they're not really that good of a team. Based on compared to the other teams in the NBA, they're still young, they're still learning.
Dude, Lakers are extremely young.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be a learning process.
There's the other day, who did they beat? Oh, when they beat the Wizards, right? Uh-huh. When they closed out that game. The average age of the player on the floor was 22. Uh-huh. The oldest guy out on the floor at that time was
Larry Nance, right?
No, it was KCP.
Oh yeah, okay.
Caldwell Pope was 24.
Yeah,
that was the oldest guy on the floor. They closed it out with Lonzo, Ingram, KCP.
Oh, they have Randall at center. You're right. Randall at center
and
Kuzma.
Yeah. So it's average age
all
is 22.
Guys you're right. So and I didn't realize that. You just think of the talent, but you don't realize that stuff matters when they're coming and playing against these grown ass men.
Because look they know how to play basketball, but to know how to play basketball together on an NBA level, dude, it's a whole nother beast.
Yeah,
man.
And I just think they're still learning and it's gonna take some time. The more I see them, it's gonna take some time. And I definitely I was one of those guys I think it's possibly make the playoffs. They're not making the playoffs this year.
Oh no,
but I remember I was one of those guys
dude, when I saw Game 1 when they played the Clippers.
Oh, I know those are.
I was I don't know if they'll win 25 games.
Yeah,
I mean but they've kind of settled down. Now you can see where it's going to be coming from. I really don't understand Larry Nance starting. I don't.
Yeah, I didn't expect that. All this is new. This came out of nowhere.
I think with Larry Nance, maybe they're trying to play him to get him some time and be hey, here's a trade piece.
But the thing, he's not actually doing bad though. Larry Nance is.
Well, Larry Nance is kind of like DeAndre Jordan. You need a pass first oriented point guard who will feed guys like Nance or just running the lane, and you get a lob, you get an easy bounce pass for a layup or a dunk. Because Nance isn't killing it on the perimeter, taking mid-range dunks.
But he's hustling, getting rebounds. That's one thing I know. Lakers don't have anybody that's out there really rebounding. They don't need nobody that's going to really go grab him.
I think Lonzo's one of their leaders in rebounding.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I need somebody like Randall. Go up there and grab me a rebound.
Well, the thing is everyone's 5 out, so the guards are usually the ones underneath the basket now because they chase their opponent underneath the rim and they end up grabbing rebounds while you have bigs out away, so.
And it looks like we thought Randall was going to be the 4, but it looks like Luke's decided he's a center. That's just what Randall.
Yeah, he's playing the 5. Him and Kuzma.
But I guess that's offensively, that's his best position. I feel for him offensively.
Well, he can eat up. He can eat up a center on offense.
Correct. He can do some damage. But my worry is obviously on defense. Is he going to play some defense?
Well, you know what? It's there when he wants it. It's just because Randall's not always fully engaged because. I think he's a little bit of an egomaniac.
And I think he's upset he's not starting.
Yeah, and that feeds into his ego. And I think when he's not feeling it, he doesn't show it on the court. He pouts. He pouted that first game against the Clippers. It was clear. The first couple games, he looked like crap because he just didn't like what he was doing. So I don't know. I just don't like how the rotations are going. I know it's early in the season, and I'm sure Luke and Magic have discussed. Look, this team's not going anywhere, so let's try this for now. We'll jump into this phase in a couple weeks, and we'll try this out. To me, as long as Lonzo, Ingram, and Kuzma are getting their shots up, and
correct,
getting
just letting them play. I hated.
That's all that matters.
A couple years ago, what was it? Byron Scott was the coach for D'Angelo.
That was terrible.
He didn't play none of the young guys. I'm you're not you have a team that's going to win a championship.
Yeah, the fourth quarters you would have in Lou Williams and Kobe. I love Kobe to death, and Kobe, you should I mean, yeah, but he had a bunch of old guys out there trying to pull out wins. Like, dude, you've lost 12 in a row now. Like, play your young guys.
Yeah, I like it though. I like that Luke's actually giving them a shot. He's letting them all play.
But what's crazy to me is Luol Deng's not even on the active roster. Right
well, he told him. Well, he started the first game, and then once KCP came back, he's like, "You're out of my rotation." He announced it. You're out of my rotation. You're gone. I think they're going to try to maybe reach a buyout if they can with him.
But they said they're going to reach the buyout next year because I guess it'll be cheaper next year, which is crazy because now Luol Deng is going to make $17 million this year to
do nothing,
sit the bench, and
I'm sure he's okay with that. I'm living in LA and getting paid $17 million to live in LA.
Yeah, but he's what, 33? I mean, I'm sure he probably still feels he can contribute somewhere, and it's just like no one's going to take him at $17 million a year.
Definitely not. He was surprised the Lakers took him at 17 last year.
Well, that's why he turned down whatever contract he was about to sign, right?
Yeah, because the Lakers came in and was just throwing
money. The Lakers came out with the 4th year. The other team, I think it was Detroit.
So basically, Lakers are out here bidding against themselves for no reason. Bidding against themselves.
Look, for me, I need to see Brandon Ingram get his shots up. He
was the first couple games. But lately I feel like he's kind of fell off a little bit. But like the first couple games, he was out there chucking. I was like, I like it.
Well, a couple nights ago when they lost, I was like, why did Ingram only take 9 shots? Like, that's not right.
But then I see Clarkson come in. Clarkson feels like I got to get mine. So Clarkson's going for his too.
Well, yeah, but Clarkson's having a good season.
Yeah, Clarkson comes in there and Clarkson's putting them up
There's
too.
There's really no one else that can really score in that second. I mean, Kuzma can get it going a little bit. You know, Randall's hit or miss, but it's primarily going to be Clarkson and Kuzma.
I've always been a fan of Corey Brewer. I like his hustle.
Corey Brewer. I like Corey Brewer a lot. He doesn't need to score to
exactly
to impact the game, and like you see, it doesn't bother him that I only have 5 points and 3 shots.
He hustles, plays D. Gets. He's one of the guys that gets it.
Yeah,
he gets it. So wait.
Let's jump off of the Lakers real quick because what's up with the Cavaliers?
It's the same shit every year, man. I'm not worried about the Cavs at all.
3-4.
I'm not worried about the Cavs at all.
Not at all.
The Cavs, it's the same thing every year. They don't take it serious about after the All-Star breaker, so they'll get it right.
If Hayward didn't break his ankle, would they have challenged the Cavs? That you see what the Cavs look like,
challenge
7 games in.
When you say challenge them, what's challenge them?
Are they going to 7 games?
I'll put it this way. I wouldn't have even said clear cut that they're going to the Eastern Conference Finals to Boston. I think they could slip up somewhere. I think the Wizards can get it right.
Yeah, but to me, it all depends on John Wall. Like if John Wall's feeling it, yeah, they'll go. But when John Wall's just like,
But I just feel like
the Wizards
people
don't go anywhere.
They lost a lot with the Gordon Hayward, and they lost it's not like they got Gordon Hayward. I'm looking at what they lost. They lost Crowder. They lost Avery Bradley from that team last year. Like they lost a lot. Like it's not like they were that good team they had last year, and they added Hayward, added was Kyrie. They subtracted a lot too, so it's a whole new team. So we still got to evaluate that team. So I wasn't ready to.
They're beating up on the Spurs tonight. So
the Spurs haven't. Kawhi hasn't played a game yet though.
Yeah.
So the Spurs don't. Kawhi or Tony Parker hasn't played yet, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think
until they come back. Yeah.
And that's gonna hurt. What's gonna happen is. They're going to end up upsetting one of these top teams in the first round of the playoffs.
Who's that? The Spurs?
The Spurs, because they're going to barely make the playoffs. You know what I mean? They're not doing good. That's what I'm saying. Especially in the good-ass West, they're going to end up 7-6 something, and they're going to play like the Thunder or the Rockets.
Are the Clippers surprising you?
Yeah, no, I told you. Wasn't I one of the ones that told you Clippers are still going to be good? And I told you, low-key, they might even be better because I didn't like Chris Paul. I haven't liked Chris Paul he's a ball guy, just dominates the ball. Now they could feature Blake Griffin. He's looking good. They got Gallinari's looking good out there. Like, the Clippers are looking fresh. I like the Clippers.
They're actually a little deeper this year.
Exactly. And I think like they can do more. Like they don't just have Chris Paul standing there with the ball trying to figure it out. They have guys that are moving it. That new Theodosius guy likes to pass and move the ball. And then Beverly,
he's hurt already, right? Or did he come back?
I think he dinged out. I don't think it was something major. But Beverly's out there putting in work.
Oh, yeah, he's a dog, man.
Beverly is a dog. And I just think the Lakers.
You got Lou Williams, who's always going to give you 18, 19
Clippers
points.
got squad, man. People don't realize Clippers got squad out here. Like I said, I think Clippers might be better than they were. I haven't been a big fan of Chris Paul.
Maybe.
I haven't been a fan of Chris Paul. And like Chris Paul's already hurt. Said he might be out for like another month or so.
Yeah, his knee, right? His knee's banged up. Well, you know what? He's for sure not getting that $200 million.
No, he ain't touching that.
All right, let's close it out with some football for a couple minutes. Your team, the Niners, just made a big
trade. They got Garoppolo, the backup quarterback from New England.
That's going to help you more next year, though.
Yeah, right? Well, he's going to start now, but we'll get it going. We're already 0-8, so we're going to throw him in the fire right now and see what we got. I think the Niners are building something special. They got some nice young pieces on defense.
But he needs to start something.
Yeah, Niners have a lot of injuries too, so this season's a wash for them. But see, I think what they're hoping is everyone was thinking they were trying to lose and get one of those top quarterbacks in college. They're thinking something different. They're like, we're going to trade. Last year they traded to the Bears. The Bears drafted their quarterback, but the Niners got an extra second-round pick from the Bears last year because of that. Yeah. So that second-round pick, they basically just flipped it for that quarterback. So now I think, they're 0-8. Let's be real. They're going to probably have a top 5 pick, maybe top 3 pick in the draft. So now they can focus on defense, focus on a playmaker, O-line. That's what I'm saying. Now they can focus on something else if they have a quarterback. So I like the move. I like what John Lynch and what Shanahan's been doing.
And now I think we're seeing now we're midway through this football season. What do you? So if what's the name from the Raiders quarterback Carr? If Carr didn't get hurt, will they be as bad as they are now, or
who, the Raiders?
Yeah,
no, they were already slipping.
That's what I'm saying.
They were slipping one game though. He's only missed one game.
I know, but he's not the same guy because you have a little injury. I'm sure he doesn't feel right running on it, playing on it. You know that the aggravation might be there, might restrict him from doing some things he can normally do. Do you think it'd still be just as bad if he wasn't injured?
Yes. I just already saw signs from the Raiders I didn't like before he got hurt. It's not like his injury forced him to go down.
I just love that. Where that Raider fans?
They were already slipping before this. They're not the same team they were last. I was telling everybody, football is different, man. Just because you were good last year, don't mean you're going to be good this year. They look totally different than last year. They had a lot of big plays. Last year they were moving the ball down the field. I don't see that.
And I think last year they took a lot of teams by surprise.
Yeah, that too. Everyone's like, it's the Raiders. It's the Raiders. Like, no one's worried about them. And then Raiders came up.
Like, all right, you're good now.
The Raiders are a good team. But then, it's just like, I feel like they don't look the same. Their offense, like I said, Carr last year was making explosive plays down the field. Now, screen left, screen right, dink dunk. Like, I'm not feeling it. And I can say that I don't think the Marshawn Lynch's experiment has worked out as well as they thought it would.
Well, they're supposed to have that badass line like Dallas. Speaking of Dallas, they're starting to get it together. So, what do you think for them? How do they finish out?
Dallas, I still think the Eagles are looking good. They're in the Eagles division. So I think the Eagles are going to win that division. So I don't think the Dallas is looking good to win their division. Their defense still has holes in it, man. Like last night, I know
they've always had holes in their defense.
Last night they played the Redskins. They beat up the Redskins. But I don't like the Redskins. If you look at them, their whole team is hurt. 3 out of their starting 5 linemen.
So who right now, give me your pick to close out the show, that is your favorite, currently right now, your favorite to win it all?
Right now, though, as we speak today, I think the Eagles are looking really good.
To win it all?
And I'm not just saying that because my brother's there. I'm not. I'll be the first one to tell you, like, nah, they don't got it. But I think, as of right now, you ask me right now, they're 8-1 or 7-1, looking good.
And they're playing.
They have next week.
No, I'm saying, and who would they play against in the Super Bowl?
Oh, as of right now, and the AFC is wide open. Like, it's everywhere. Kansas City looks really good. Before I walked in here, they were beating up on the Broncos. I believe they were winning.
The Broncos are.
Kansas City's pretty good. I think Kansas City's there. Something's different with the Patriots this year. Their defense is not the same. Like, they're been getting blown out. Like, I think right now, the team in the AFC is Kansas City.
So Kansas City. So Eagles might actually get one.
It's possible.
The
NFC is down right now. Aaron Rodgers is hurt. Injuries have mauled this season, bro.
They really did.
Aaron Rodgers is gone. Like, so that's like one of the main threats.
New York Giants are done.
Because if you want to look, if you go through the NFC, let's go. The NFC West. The Seahawks ain't what they've been. I'm not scared of the Rams in the playoffs. Niners ain't doing nothing, and then the Cardinals ain't doing nothing. We go to the South. Buccaneers ain't good. Cam Newton's tripping. He's not doing good.
Yeah.
The Saints don't have a defense. And then, you know what I mean? So I'm looking at these divisions, and then you go to the North. The Packers, they don't have their guy. The Vikings are in first place. The Bears ain't nothing. We already know. So I just think right now, and then you look at the East. Giants are down. Cowboys are right there. Eagles. So it's not like they're all jumbled. I think the Eagles are one of the teams right now that is looking good in the NFC.
All right, we will see. We'll definitely keep an eye for that. But guys, that is our show. In the Front Row podcast, InTheFrontRow.com. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Hope you guys keep following along. Dev, why don't you tell them where you could
follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Mr_D_White, Mr_D_White.
You can follow me on Twitter at Chris_ITFR. Yeah. All right, guys, that's our show. We'll talk to you next week. What's up, Dave? Let them know what's up.
No, I was just going to tell you follow Chris. You're going to see him hating on Alonzo all week.
Stop.
I'm just playing. Thanks for the show. Once again, congrats to Chris Massimo in the building, new man in the world, and we'll catch y'all next week.
All right, guys.